I'm gonna get back to that story, Sonny. Just, just you listen to Boomer, great one. He's gonna tell you about how it was back in the olden days, back before fire, back when we walked uphill for everything. In fact, we didn't even have a concept of downhill because there was no downhill. Everything was uphill. We thought that was normal. We didn't even have a word for it because there was no alternative. It was uphill all the time. You just need to reach down and grab yourselves by your bootstraps and pull yourselves up, Sonny. Because when I was your age, I bought a house for $25,000. And I made that money on my paper route and bussing tables at the local cafe. And if I could do it, you can do it too. You just need to reach down and pull yourself up and just buckle up there, buckaroo. God, I hate boomers.
Okay, all right. Let me help you, ladies. We seem to be at an impasse. There's been some misinformation. It seems to many, not all, that many, let's just say, well, I guess we can't even say younger ladies out there. You seem to be under the impression that there's the boyfriend store, the old classic boyfriend store, where you go to the boyfriend store, you find the make and model because you're 31 and a half, you just got your PhD, and now it's time to get the boyfriend. I will go to the boyfriend. What kind of financial options do you have? Ooh, 7.3%. That's not bad. That's not bad. What is the trade-in value of your boyfriend? There seems to be women view men in terms of a plug and play nature, a checkbox. This is a thing I must get. Kind of like children. I must have my thing. I must have my child, and they immediately drop it off at daycare so I can go back to the altar of work. And there's the one, the men just want a mom and to be taken care of. No fucking shit, lady. And it dawned on me, God has given us a great creature, a blessing to mankind. A creature that has taught us many lessons, but is going to teach us another lesson here, and that is the dog, man's best friend, specifically a puppy. And there are some tremendous parallels. I'm not even being funny drawing these parallels. I'm like, no, there's actually a lot of parallels here between getting a man, dating, and getting a puppy. Okay. And man, that's kind of weird now I think about it. They're both kind of, and I thought I was going to say they're both human. They're not. One's a canine, one's a human, but they're both human in the gist of creature. They're human-like creatures that you're more, well, look at all the dog. Oh my God, there's so many parallels. The dog moms. You girls have no problem going and grabbing a dog and woozy and scratching its ears and getting it health insurance. And well, then at the same time, I guess like children leaving it in a studio apartment. maybe, yeah, the parallels never end on this one. Look at all the parallels. But the main parallel is going to draw between a man and a dog is they are both human. Okay. They need love. They need attention. And we're all about giving the puppy, oh my God, I want a puppy. And we're okay giving that all the attention in the world and scratching its belly and, whatever you girls do with the dogs. Oh, but a guy, no, he's got to be plug and play. He's got to be the wage mule or the mule. Like, you better. And then you're shocked that men want to be pampered or treated nicer or fed. The idea there, I was talking to old man Rolo 2 days ago, and just saying, maybe a woman should cook for her man, like that's an offense to. I imagine the majority of women. Look how far we've moved away from each other. Where how do you think I'm just gonna cook for him? Like why? It's not required, Well, what's so bad about it? Really? You can't cook for you. I mean, you're barefoot and pregnant on top of it. No, we want you in heels. We don't want you pregnant and you get fat. We don't want that. Oh, all right. But it's gotten to the point where, like, you can't even say, "Yeah, I like a woman that cooks." Yeah, I mean, is it 1941 Hitler? See, it was the guys who fought Nazis. Never mind. I don't want to bother you with history. Man, but the just as a puppy, a dog needs attention, love, maintenance, whatever. So too do guys. I mean, it's different types, but there's some commonalities. I guess we'd like our chest scratched. Sure. Do we love to be doted upon and hugged and be fed? Yes. Yes. Would we love to be bathed in love and affection? Yeah, goddamn right. But with the puppy, it's cute. With the guy, oh, you trying to be mom? You mean your mom? Like, oh, Jesus, lady, fuck off. I don't want to be your pet no more. I'll leave. Fine. I got my own doghouse. It's called my house. And so the main thing I want, let me explain to you girls. Okay. There seems to be an unconscious, I would say it's malicious or intentional, but there's this unconscious bias that men are things to get at the boyfriend store. And then I got my boyfriend and blah, 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 and I have my SUV and blah, 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 and now I'm gonna be fucking happy. And they're not. They're creatures. They need love and affection. And the classic, all right, it's the same thing. One of the little nieces, one of the cabals of niece nephew clans. You know, Christmas is coming up. What does the little niece want? She wants a puppy. I'm like, of course she does. Of course she does. And Uncle Aaron Uncle Aaron would buy her a puppy and just drop it off on Christmas, but without the parents knowing. I'd just show up. Oh, here's your puppy, kid. I would love to do that, but I know the logistics won't allow for it, and I'd never be invited. I'd be popular with the kids, wouldn't be popular with the parents. But it's the classic, they're not, by the way, they're not going to get the kid the puppy. I don't imagine. Because are you going to take care of it? A puppy's a responsibility. A puppy isn't a light bulb you plug into the socket and it stays on for its entire life and it's relatively maintenance free. You gotta, especially when it's a little puppy, you gotta potty train it, you gotta take it outside, you gotta walk it, you gotta spend time with it. I mean, the worst thing you could do is get a puppy because you're ultimately a selfish, horrible person and you never spend time with it. You lock it up in the apartment while you go work, much like you guys do with your kids in daycare. I'm true. No, fuck you. Fuck you. That's what you do. That's what you do. I don't care. Go eat a bag of dicks if you don't like these harsh truths. And then people don't say, no, you're not going to get the puppy. I'd like to get a puppy. I'd love to get a dog. But I like my freedom just a little bit more than the joy. And this is why I sponge off a dog of no real value. I'm a parasite. I won't lie. That dog is taken care of by someone else. I get all the benefits of dog sitting. Me and the dog love going playing ball. The dog is happy to see me. When the dog comes over, I'm like, sit in a fucking corner. What do you want me to do? Play ball with you? Ah! I don't even know. Wait, what kind of evil lurks in the heart of women that, really? You can't get the little freaking dog. You're going to scratch her ears. Give her hugs. Miss that dog. But yeah, with the kids, man, and even me, you're not going to get the dog because you don't have the time or the desire to take care of it. Dogs need to be taken care of. And not just like food and water and whatever else. They need scratchies. They need the great and powerful ball. They need to go for walks and runs. And above all else, they need love. And so really, and I know the men are just supposed to come in and save their life, right? That's what they're supposed to do. You're this, it's like Star Trek, right? And the engines are down and you just need a new crystal. And the crystal comes in and powers the whole thing. And then your life that is treating the guy like an object. And I'm sorry, well, men are objects. It's true. They are also human creatures that need love and affection. And if you're not willing to invest in a guy, just like you are a puppy, then you're not in the market for a guy. If you want a guy to complete the circuit, to complete the puzzle, now I can be fucking happy, damn it. You've collected the last Pokemon card in the game of Girl Boss. No, you're going to be miserable because you've misdiagnosed. You don't know what a man is. It is not a thing. Okay. A man is not like your children. We just ship them off to daycare and have somebody else raise them. All right. They're no, I'm kidding. I'm bringing children into it. So you realize, oh, hey, wait a second. I bet you kids need love and hugs too. Oh, wow. That really, maybe I ought to think about that before I have some kids. Let's worry about kids later. Let's just focus on the guy first. Yeah, man, if you're not willing to raise a puppy, don't get a guy. I'm not lying. Yeah, guys are a responsibility. Hopefully it's a labor of love like it would be a puppy. But there's no guy out there that doesn't take maintenance. There's no guy out there that doesn't have responsibility. Now, contradict on the other side, women are a responsibility too. This is not. And did the teachers and the Democrats really hoodwink you all into thinking you just get shit for free in this world? Like that doesn't even make sense according to the laws of physics. But like just other human beings serve you to be happy as your Pokemon collection is complete. You know, men have other responsibilities and obligations to the women, but ladies, yeah, he needs love and affection. And look at how it's really sad, but how quick or how thorough and how widespread and successful we've convinced many women through feminism that acts of kindness and love are degrading. I mean, think about that. You know, a woman who really loves her man will stay in shape. Why? Because the guy likes thin, attractive women. That's degrading. Big is beautiful. All right. Well, men like to eat. And, you know, back in the days, we had to do manual labor. So there's a genetic carryover to that. And who doesn't love good food? You know, maybe she's a good cook. How dare you, barefoot, pregnant in the kitchen? All right. Can you baby me and pamper me a little bit and just play with my hair a little? What am I, your mother? I think I'm going to get a dog. I'm going to get a hiking dog. Go on, well, do some hiking. Give the scratchies to my best friend. And that's fine. I mean, if you, I don't even want to say if you believe that, if that's who you are, like you girls legitimately don't want to invest in, you know, just as there's nothing wrong with, oh, I'd like to have a puppy in some ways, but I know it's not for me. I don't want to do the responsibility. I just don't have the time or the inclination or the desire. It's perfectly fine to say, yes, it is. I'm going to decide not to have a puppy. It's the same thing to I don't want a man. I mean, the worst thing you could do is like, I want a puppy, but I'm not going to raise it. And then you just leave it in the apartment. You know, oh God, there's so much, you hear about these sad, like dogs are just chained to the backyard or they're forced to stay outside and brutally cold. And don't get me started. You're not going to spend time with it. I knew someone that passed away. They had 5 pit bulls in the house and it's a fucking nightmare. It really, these are, I know perhaps everyone's too busy with careers and education and themselves to have the empathy and not be solipsistic, that you don't realize other humans and creatures, you know, same argument for animal abuse or animal neglect. You're probably too busy to empathetically think about those other humans or creatures and that they need things from you if you're going to have a relationship with them. And you view it like a Cadillac lyric, like, oh, I want, or a bag, Well, these bags and Cadillac lyrics come with emotions and feelings and a brain and a soul. And if you're going to, quote, purchase one, but treat it like an object and not a creature that needs your love and investment, well, that creature will suffer, for lack of a better word. Kids are great, though. Kids are different. You can just drop those off to complete randos and have them be raised by random people. And then, man, boom, kindergarten, off to the schools with you. So kids are different. Kids are resilient. That's what they told us Gen Xers. We were resilient. No need to stay married. Divorce is great. You're not happy. Kids are not human beings. Kids, they're objects. The little pawn pieces in your game of self-aggrandizement. Just move around. Ooh, I'll move this child over here. Now I get the bag. What do you mean, autism? I'm such a fucking dick, but I'm not as bad as you people. At the end of the day, I'm not, man. They'll say, what did you, well, at least I didn't have kids I didn't want, at least I didn't outsource my kids to be raised by complete randos. I love my non-existent children enough not to have them. You know what I'm saying? That'll be the advanced lesson is how to treat children. But in the meantime, yeah, ladies, if you're viewing men as, well, I need to get a boyfriend because that will complete the puzzle and I will have collected all my Pokemon cards. It's just like, you should probably get a puppy, or even then you don't need to get a guy, right? Just wait. But if you're aware that very similarly to puppies, men need loves and ear scratches and ball, although it'd probably be like whiskey, steak, and sex. I'm sorry. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Maybe you don't go to the boyfriend store and get one. Like, it really, a way to tell you probably shouldn't. Generally, a way to tell you shouldn't be in the market for a guy is if men just want a mom to take care of them. You're probably not in the market for a guy, because that's most men. Yet at the same time, I can understand where you chose a guy who was like totally jacked and ripped, but he didn't have a job, but he was totally jacked and ripped. And then he had sex with you, but he wanted to sponge money off of you. And you actually were his mother giving him money. Like, he was an adult child, but he was totally jacked and ripped, right? Then it's okay. But then he finally ran off with some other gal because he's totally jacked and ripped. But he didn't have a job, and he sponged off of her so she could pay for his car. God bless you, T-Rash. We salute you. That is probably a selection bias. You should probably find a guy who pays his bills, pays his taxes, and is responsible. That's a different discussion. I could see where you would say that's someone just wants a mom to take care of him. I don't know. Stop dating financial deadbeat. That's just be me. But if you're repulsed that a guy wants love and attention and maybe an occasional meal cooked for him, yeah, maybe you're not in the market for puppies or men. Maybe, and don't get a puppy as a surrogate, right? You're the type like, I'm going to get a puppy, but it's perfectly okay to leave it at home for 10 hours a day. Like a little puppy, I maybe understand, like in an apartment, but a big dog, no. Maybe you're in the market for a cat, those loving creatures that will be loyal to you and reciprocate your love and investment, who are just all the cats love humans so much. Maybe you're a cat person. So there you go. Link below, link to my consulting site. If you girls would like to figure out how to get the guys, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com. Well, I, the world's only professional asshole, I'll give you the top 5 secrets how to get the guys. Big tits, thin waist, be nice, blowjobs, and cook for them. Ah! God damn it, hurricane of hate. Dang, I gave away the secret. Oh no, I can't charge for it anymore. Oh, there went my business plan. Who went my business? Oh, dang it, I was gonna stretch it out and charge $10,000. Oh, it's out there, guys. Tomorrow women will all be thin with big boobs and being nice and serving men up steak. Oh, Dre, $2. Cappy wants women to treat men like Michael Vick. No, that's my whole point. Is you look at a puppy and you look at a guy. Why is one like woozy woozy wobby and like you better like oh bull muscle $2 cliff jumping on Big Island the dog is free. Oh yeah. Hey bull, for whatever reason, if you happen to be in South Dakota, this is pretty cool cliff jumping spots. But yeah, I mean Hawaii was, and isn't that like where they film it like 200-foot dives and some crazy shit like that? Elon Musk, filthy job strap, $5. Hey, Cappy, I'm going to drive up to the Northern Command in my 71 Mustang and marry your girlfriend. Then you could be my wife's boyfriend. Cool. See email. Hey, what's his Thumper sent me an email. No joke. I mean, he was I believe he was the guy with 50 classic cars he's working on. No joke. He's like the real deal. I could put a transmission in. I could do this. Like he is the mechanic of Fast and the Furious. And we'll see. I don't think it's in the budget for a 71 Mach 1 Mustang. It'd be beautiful. It'd be beautiful. Rain, $10. Oh boy, men have been a beaten dog. Then I think you women chain the puppy up after you take them home. Oh, and you get them neutered. The parallels. Oh yeah, no, I mean, we could go through a lot of. You're right, neutered and yeah, there's a lot of parallels there. A lot of parallels. The parallels are infinite. Oh yeah, being nice is horrible today. It really is sad. I mean, I'm not obviously not all women treat their men poorly. I understand that, but there's that. There's the. Would it be zeitgeist? There's a politically correct position that if men says, well, why don't you put on heels and cook something for me? The immediate visceral, even I feel it. Am I like, oof, oof? It's like, why is that oof? Oh no, you cooked for the man. What's so bad about that? I don't know. Maybe we're turning the corner, or people are just sick of it. We're not saying consequently, reciprocally that no, now we chain you and you're tied up. Unless you like that shit, some women do. And no, it's not that. It's just like, really, is cooking really that's oppression. That's the patriarchy, huh? Okay, have fun being miserable. And here's another parallel, Reen. Here's another parallel. We had dogs when we were going. Thank God, dude. And I love dogs. Could you imagine a world without dogs? Could you imagine a world without? Now, maybe dogs aren't for you at your point in time, but when I'm older, let's say my legs don't work no more. All right, I probably would get a dog. You know, my life would have to be different, but when I have time to dedicate to a dog, I would get a dog. Can you imagine a world without dogs and how miserable it is? I'm like, oh, that's the life of American women. Oh my God, Jesus. Oh my God, you kicked men out. Now it's the I'm sorry. No, you're all happy. I can see that with the dramatic drop in antidepressant use among women. Yep. A world without dogs is I will say unto you, all people within listening ears of my voice, that this world is better than men than without. And everyone cheered, but then some people super hypersonic read. I roll, therefore I am. 20 generous Canadian dollars. Boyfriend store is hilarious. Blue collar guy walking through the office overheard HR cows talking. One says, I guess I'll have to marry rich. How do they not save the money in HR? It's not like it's not a paid profession. I mean, it's not accounting. Come on, girls. Dude, once you go down the girl boss path, there's no going back. You don't get to like, tee, it was a phase. Marry me. And my $90,000 in debt. One says, I guess I'll just have to marry rich. I love how they think that's an option. I love how I'll just marry rich. Sure. Okay, lady. Just as easily as I can go down to the store and get a thing of bread. Yep. All the boyfriend, I didn't know if you knew this. At the boyfriend store, they're all rich. I mean, the entry level, the base model boyfriend earns $1 million a year. And then you go up from there. And then you go into the tens, it's increments of tens. And then you get your billionaires. I kept walking, suppressing the urge to laugh my ass off. Dude, there's a perfect example where you practice stoicism and you just know that if you were to intervene, there is a chance she would adapt to reality or realize, oh, wait, that's not practical what I'm thinking. And then she would make changes. And then that would maybe lead to her finding a guy or happiness or contentment and peace without him. Oh, really? Well, it takes that much? Well, no, I'm not going to do it. And then she would never worry about it again. Or you just keep on walking like, you got this. You go, girl. Just around the corner. This is why women should go to like the mazes, like in Halloween time, they got the corn maze. Women should go to mazes because then you can turn around so many corners. You get a lot of ladies. It's just a matter of, for guys, it's the number of approaches, number of girls you ask out. Ladies, for you, it's just a number of corners. So I think to be expeditious about finding your men, you should go to mazes and labyrinths when they have them. Tip around Halloween and bang, 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 bang. Like, man, you bang out a lot of corners. Or maybe you're in an office, just walk around, turn many that poof, there's Hugh Jackman. There he is. He was just around that corner. You just had to get to the 1,382nd corner, and there he was. Reed Schwartz are $5. Women are similar to car manufacturers. They keep adding things we didn't ask for. No. Then they got rid of what we wanted. Now men aren't buying. Surprising. Reen, the problem is what you want is wrong. Okay, and you have been oppressed by the patriarchy. Toxic masculinity has made you want a woman with big tits, not your natural biology or just what you fucking like. You need to set down the chocolate ice cream and start appreciating and loving Brussels sprouts. Oh, what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. All right, there you guys go. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. Maybe we'll talk about children and how they are things, and it's perfectly all right to drop them off at daycare. I think that's the next step. We'll see you guys later, Toodles.